evening. Something I saw this evening that we didn't prepare, but I want to share it with you because it's so choshev. In the beginning of the parsha, we say, "Yomer Hashem al Moshe, Emor el Hakohanim b'nei Aaron v'amarta." Emor el Hakohanim, say to the Kohanim v'amarta, and tell them regarding the nefesh lo yitame ba'amah. So the Meforshim, Rashi mentions exactly over there. What is this Emor el Kohanim v'amarta? It really could say Emor el Kohanim. Tell them such and such about the halachas of tumah. You don't have to say Emor v'amarta. This is the double lashon. And remember, Torah does in no way ever has an os which is extra, let alone a word. So Rashi says, "Lahazir gedolim al katanim," that the adults should look after the youth, or the elders, and we can all be an elder for somebody else, even azok is mishakon chachma, someone who we can be mashpia on. There's no question about it. But what's the idea? Just in taking it that adult for a child, a parent for a child. What's the idea? So Rav Moshe Feinstein, Zechat Tzadok Livracha, deals with it as far as parents are concerned. And he says the following. For chinuch banim, Emor, als the halacha, the amarta goes back on the parent. In order for him to be mashpia on his child, he needs an emor and an amarta. Emor, to be careful with the halacha. The amarta for yourself, that whatever you do is bechavivus, that your child sees, not that yet you're doing it, but that you're doing it as a privilege, as you're doing it with great happiness. It's not that, oh my, Pesach is coming, with all I have so much to do, which is true, and I have to clean, and it's true, and including the car and the oven, and it's true. But what a privilege to do it. That's the key. And when a child sees, and when a student sees, and other people sees the chavivis hamitzvah, that's the way the chinuch is done. That's his point. And more, as far as the mitzvah is concerned, the amarta for yourself, that remember, it should be b'chavivis. There's another spot that one saw that probably more of us are familiar with Rav Moshe saying that we lost a generation because of you Jews in America. Because people came back and they said, of course I'll keep the mitzvahs, but boy is it rough. And the children said, Father, Mother, I'm not as strong as you. It's not going to be for me. I'm not a gibor. And therefore for you, a shvertz is on a yid, yet you did it. For me, a shvertz is on a yid, and I don't want it. So therefore, bechavivos, as a privilege, that's the way to go. All right. In this week's parsha, we deal with the Moadim. There's a beautiful, beautiful idea. Hashem tells Moshe, Daber el b'nei Yisrael v'amarta lehem Moadei Hashem. The first thing that he's talking about are the Moadim of Hashem. This is what you have to do with Pesach and the Omer and Shavuos and Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and all this and Sukkot. These are the Moadim. And then, after telling us we're getting ready for the Moadim, Sheishis Yomim Tei Osem Malacha V'Yom HaShvi Shabbos Shabbos and Mikra Kodesh Kol Malacha Lo Sasu. Shabbos He L'Hashem B'Chol Moshe V'Sechem. And so the Meforshim ask, what's Shabbos doing here? We just said Eilim Moadei Hashem, and we're going to discuss all the Moadim, and Shabbos is here. Says Rav Moshe Sternbuch, we bedavka put Shabbos together with the Moadim to show us that Shabbos Bereshis right from Hashem. The Moadim, well, as the Gemara says that Asher Tikru Oisam Al Tikru Oisam El Atem. Who determines when the Moed is? The Chachamim. That's going to be when they're going to be Koveya the Zman. The Bezdin is going to be Koveya the Zman. The Yom Tov, of course, comes from Hashem, but when it's going to be, there's a human component. Lest we feel that there's any less enforcement, importance, significance with the Yom Tov because there's a human component, Chas v'sholom. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has given us the Yomim Tovim and therefore they are on par with Shabbos Bereishis, and that's why Shabbos Bereishis is mentioned together with Yom Tov. The chashivas, the force of the Chachamim. Okay, well, so Siriman, that we don't change. Not you mean small. It all goes according to the way that Hakadosh Baruch Hu has charged the Chachamim and given them the authority, the responsibility, and we have the responsibility to listen to them and follow. That's why, perhaps, says Ramesha, that it says Uspartum L'chami Mochras HaShabbos. When regarding the mitzvah of Omer, when do we start counting? The day after Shabbos. The Tzedukim. The Baisusim, the day after Shabbos, meant literally the day after Shabbos. The Chachamim said, no, Shabbos is another word for Yom Tov. And therefore, it's the day after Yom Tov. That's when we start doing Sfiras HaOmer. So why do we use the word Shabbos? It could be as well, says Ramesh Shterbo, that we bedavka use Shabbos to show that the Chachamim, when they tell us that it's the day after Yom Tov, they bedavka use the word Shabbos to show that just as Shabbos Bereishis is something that we listen to and it's enforced, so too the words of the Chachamim, when they interpret Al Pi Torah Shebil Peh, what the Torah Shebiksav is talking about, is that it has the koach of Shabbos, that we follow it just as it should be followed Shabbos Bereishis. So we bedavka use the word Shabbos when we could have said Pesach, but we bedavka say this instead because the Chachamim have the koach to be able to interpret and give us the force of a Shabbos as well. Okay. The Vilna Gaon has a mahalach, a totally different mahalach. And he says there's no question as to why Shabbos is mentioned over here, because it isn't in the way you think it is. And he looks at the pasuk and he says as follows. The pasuk is only speaking about Yom Tov. And when the pasuk says Sheishes Yamim Teyaseh Malacha v'Yom HaShvi Shabbos Shabbosim, is talking about the Yom Tovim and Yom Kippur. And he says the following. What are the Sheishes Yamim that you can do Meleches Ochel Nefesh? You can do them on 2 days of Pesach Rishon, and the end, Pesach Achron. You have as well 1 day of Shavuos, everything Al Pi Torah. You have 1 day of Rosh Hashanah, and you also have you have Sukkot and you have Shmini Atzeres. 6 days. For 6 days, Teyaseh Malacha. What Malacha? Malacha is Eichel Nefesh. And the Shvi'i, Yom Kippur, Shabbos, Shabbos. And therefore, you have it all together. And there really is no question from the beginning. Why are we mentioning Shabbos? Because we're not. We're talking about Yom Tov, Al Pi Derech Drush, and the Shabbos there is Yom Kippur, and that's the way it is. And, it works out beautifully according to the way the Vilna Gaon is speaking about. The mitzvah, let me just quickly come to the mitzvah of Sukkah. Now, the halacha is when we're sitting into the Sukkah, you have to be very, very careful. It's a makom kadosh, and everything we speak about should be b'derech hakdusha, no dvorim b'teilim, and certainly not lashon hara or rechilas. And the Svarim say that the Sukkah is a segula not to speak lashon hara, lashon hara or rechilas, only lashon tov. So it's an interesting thing. There's a remiss to this in the word Sukkah itself. We know that when we speak, there are five kalim, so to speak, or 5 parts to speech. That when we formulate a word, so we use our teeth, we use our lips, we use our palate, and we use our throat, and of course we use our tongue as well. When you see the word Sukkah, Samech, Vav, Chaf, Hey. Okay? Samech, teeth, Samech. Vav, maybe ooh, that's going to be S is the teeth. Ooh, my lips. Cha, my palate. My throat. There's one letter missing. What letter is missing? The Lamed, the Lashon. That's missing because in the Sukkah, we're careful about our Lashon, you see. The Lashon is lying down, inert in our mouth. We're going to be careful with Lashon Hara and Rechilos. That's the remes that we have from the word Sukkah itself, which, by the way, when you think about it, most of us don't think I talk. We don't think about what goes into talking, how really complicated talking is to the teeth, the lips, the palate, the throat, the tongue. And in the word sukkah, we have 4, and they are guarding the 5th, that we shouldn't use it inappropriately. Now, another idea, and that is Sfiras Omer. It's interesting. An Omer is a carbon mincha. An Omer is a Seres Eifa. We use this word Omer over and over again. So the Meforshim, the Be'er Yosef brings down, as well as others, why are we giving Omer, which is really, it's a dry weight. It's like a pound, It's like and it is like, why are we using this lashon itself instead of saying the Korban Mincha or a Seres Eifa? And the Be'er Yosef uses this idea. He says, where do you first have the word Omer? You have it by Omer like a Golos, by Man. The Sefer HaChinuch says that when we bring the Omer, we are reminding ourselves to be thankful to Hashem that He is giving all of our sustenance. The word Omer brings it home, emphasizes it even more. That when we are bringing this Korban Mincha, this Asiris Ha'efa, we are reminding ourselves of the original Omer, of the Man, Lechem Min HaShamayim. And we're reminding ourselves that even Lechem Min Ha'aretz is Lechem Min HaShamayim. It's a beautiful idea, because that's what it's all about all the time. To always use, a Torah vision in everything that we have. And therefore, that's it. That even Lechem Min Ha'aretz is really Lechem Min HaShamayim. And that's part of the Sfiras HaOmer. A guten Shabbos.